for the team. Now, there are other options for Lingvan here. I mean, we have the Ziya, depending on what sort of composition that he will play out later on. But they're going to pick up the Byron. So still very balanced pickup from Kyrgyzstan. They have everything. They have somebody who can engage, somebody who can throw out the utilities, and somebody to tank at the front. I look forward to see what's going to come up next.
And very aggressive as well, right? You have the UQ and also the Byron, arguably two of the best early game heroes in this Asian Games version. And to top it off, the RLD also suffers quite a bit when facing off Kyrgyzstan's Xiao Qiao here. So I'm pretty comfortable currently with Kyrgyzstan on their first 3 pick, and for Team Vietnam, it's more towards their comfort picks, what they're used to.
Yeah, I actually like it, right? The Xiao Qiao and the Byron, both of these guys are just going to make the life very difficult for Hui Tan on this RLE because you know he's going to be piloting it. I know Bao Hang and Hui Tan kind of shift at times depending on what sort of farmlander they're looking at, but they're going to look to go with a mechanically difficult RLE here. And I do think Kyrgyzstan's lineup counters it pretty decently to start.
And I'm looking at one more tank support to be blocked out. It's going to be the Lianpo perhaps. Because if Kyrgyzstan don't block that one out, there's a chance that Vietnam will take it and then they will have, well, they still have Lapu Lapu to play with. Okay, so they'll block out the Lapu Lapu. Vietnam right now, they're considering to go for the Lianpo, and they will before Kyrgyzstan gets it.
Bit of a deja vu, right? Like, these are the roamers left available coming in, and then Nan Fuong, I think he has had a third game in a row on that Lianpo as well, you know? And then it seems a bit weird to me that you're banning away Zhang Fei and Lapu Lapu, giving away the Lianpo. So Kyrgyzstan, as we know, Marlin really favors the tank roam, so you are probably out of tank roamers here based on the second phase draft.
Yeah, actually that is very odd. It seems like Nam Phuong is actually more comfortable on the Lian Po based on the, as opposed to like the Lapu Lapu and the Zhang Fei. But maybe they're playing 4D chess and they're like, haha, we're going to trick them into picking his comfort hero because we have the trump card coming up here.
Well, what will the trump card be, right? They have been swimming with each other. And it looks like the Dia Dia is going to be the trump card. Now, having the Dia Dia, it's not like you have many other options, right? Because of the bans. I'm not really a fan of the Kyrgyzstan lineup right now because they will be very dependent on the Byron to open up the map.
Very early to make game draft, right? And then you only have a sole tank, like you mentioned, on the Byron here. So it's going to be a bit stressful if you are on the Kyrgyzstan side when you actually are looking for the aggressive vision. But the good part coming in from Kyrgyzstan's draft, super duper aggressive in the early to mid game. One Dia 2-2 coming in with a Xiao Qiao Blossoming Fan, that's going to be one pickoff immediately here. But if Vietnam can scale into the mid-late game, it will go entirely different of a story going in favor of Team Vietnam.
The finals now, we're going to be into game one. Winner of this best of 3 moves on to the main event. As we're going into this one, I mean, if we're looking at both sides, Lingvan finally gets his Haino as the last pick. Again, when your team revolves around a specific player, you generally want to be drafting it last.
Yeah, I'm liking the draft from Team Vietnam, right? Okay, number one is because they have the Lampo. He can be a good map opener. He can open up the space in front. And then you have the Haino with the Fate Rewind. So if he gets jumped somehow, he can Fate Rewind back. So technically, you can call him like a secondary tank to a certain extent. So Team Vietnam, they do have good options here.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if we're talking about the fact that the Kyrgyzstan lineup is more early mid, they're going to be looking to push down towers. Vietnam, this Haino pick is all about slowing the game down. Fate Rewind for those towers, zip it right back up to 100 if possible.
Right, and right now we're still at the early stages of the game. Looks like both sides, they want to put focus onto the farm lane. Totally understandable because when it comes to the late game, as Azad is expected to kind of carry the team. Same goes for Hui Tan as well. Both Direnje and also the Arlie is a hero that's expected to perform in the late game.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this one. I mean, from what we've seen thus far by Kyrgyzstan, whenever they win, Azad is the MVP, right? Just like Lingvan is on the Vietnamese squad. So if anything, you know this as Vietnam. You want to take down, you want to control, you want to ambush Azad as much as possible in this game early.
Now, this is what I worry, right, for Azad because there's so much importance put onto him to carry the team towards the late game, but there's only one tank, which is Amal back. Now, can he only protect Azad? It's pretty difficult, right?
Yeah, and it looks a little bit of action here. They get the nice little knock up and Dastan going down. He was caught with his hand in the cookie jar as he was looking for boars, and he pays with his life.
Yeah, and he didn't even manage to eat that cookie there. Too bad for him.
That's a sad story, man.
Oh man, yeah. At least you get one. But yeah, but good rotation by Team Vietnam though. It was almost like, oh, they see that opportunity, they straight move in. No hesitation shown by Team Vietnam. That's what I like to see as part of teamwork.
So one thing I don't like is that, I mean, if Kyrgyzstan are going to be aggressive, which you want to be, and now are they going to play timid? Are they going to be scared to, again, try to get, you know, a couple more steals here and there?
That was, yeah, you got to be aware of where the position of Team Vietnam is, right? Like earlier on, yes, they tried to steal the force at the side, but they didn't really have that information, or maybe it was not communicated that Team Vietnam already made the rotation from the bottom lane. If Team Vietnam is still at the bottom lane and they go for the balls again, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look at how Vietnam are threatening. You can see Lingvan right now threatening potentially those boars. Getting vision on, he understands who's around so that he knows where the rotations are going to be happening. And look at how Hui Tan and also Nam Phuong are potentially looking to gank because they know that somebody will probably make its way at least towards this brush.
Okay, they show themselves, so that's okay. It's a matter of information gathering. Anyway, 40 more seconds before the first timer is going to be up, so nobody's going to overcommit onto something yet for now, unless they see a clear opportunity.
Yeah, Vietnam, though, being very aggressive. I mean, they're efficient across the map as well. 1K net worth lead, and it looks like Hui Tan getting a little bit low. They actually try to get him, but the light step and the heal, and now here comes the revenge tour. They might have dove too deep. Azad is going to be taken down. He pays with his life here.
Again, good rotation shown by Team Vietnam. Yes, Hui Tan, very low on health. He has to turn back. That's okay. But what's important is Bao Huang and the follow-up. That was really, really fast.
Yeah, very fast. And again, Hui Tan is one of the most mobile farm laners there are, right? And being able to lock him down, Kyrgyzstan, again, trying to go all in, trying to make some plays, get that potential kill. But unfortunately for them, they did fail. But now they're going to look to steal this Azure.
Okay, now who's going to get this buff here? He's still kind of open there.
Yeah, and back. Has to flash away. He gets a little bit low himself. The control from Marlon, he hooks on with that Hartwell. And now Vietnam, it looks like they're going to walk away with that blue buff as well.
Oh, but look at the space created for Azad at the bottom. He has a little bit of space, but again, the Team Vietnam, especially Bao Huang, wow! Just like that, he responds.
Yeah, I mean, but Nakaruru's got some serious burst. Azad, this is the problem with D-Range, especially when you're solo. At this stage, you're down in terms of net worth, and then trying to deal with the Nakaruru, who, again, can just jump on top of you like that, you're going to have a tough time.
I'm worried that Kyrgyzstan, right now, they are starting to lose the plot. They're starting to lose concentration, because a few times at the bottom, they've been caught.
Yeah, definitely been caught here. And Jamalbek is looking to get caught as well. He was just wanting the pheasant, but the Tremor Smash is going to be for real. And now Vietnam just quickly taking down the bottom T1.
Yeah, and this tower will be taken out without any problem. And especially if you have a Lingban at the front line, he'll be just throwing his spears and you cannot get close at all. If you want to try to take him out, everyone else is there.
Yeah, now it's going to be a flash away. Kubanic does get to safety. Vietnam is on the side. They have 4 members of Kyrgyzstan trying to defend this tower, and you can see how dire things are. It's not even 6 minutes, and look at how aggressive Vietnam are.
Oh, that made
they turned this around! Oh, what? Walked into the trap.
What?
He thought he was low because he had used the bait rewind. He gets on back with that, but it was all a bait.
Dude, that is probably the best bait so far in this tournament. Even if I see like, oh, he used the bait rewind right in front of me, I'll go for it.
Oh, it looks like Kubanic is going to be going down as well. This game has been nothing but Vietnam. It seems like Kyrgyzstan right now absolutely reeling thus far.
Oh man, that was Team Vietnam thinking 10 steps ahead there, Holler. Who would have thought that would have been a bait? They would have thought, Kyrgyzstan would have thought, that, hey, he did a boo-boo there. Why is he fate rewinding right in front of us still? Without knowing that the rest of Team Vietnam were waiting in the bushes.
And this is why Lingvan is so good. Even the mind games, right? And that turned into like a little bit of a complete bait, right? In the sense of just like being able to walk it away and you don't know where the brushes are. This is a vision game and you're losing in that department.
Oh, now keep an eye on what's happening at the top as well. Hui Tan gets a free lane and he will take down this tower unchallenged. While the rest of Kyrgyzstan, they're busy at the bottom, they're trying to rotate towards the top. By the time they go top, look who's at the bottom. Hui took his stand to push.
Yeah, Hui Tan is actually up 1.5 over Azad, who's died a couple times, but it looks like they will find him, and now Bao Huang tried to go a little bit in terms of the damage, but here come the reinforcements. The Tremor Smash on the 4, setting it up, but it looks like they might have gone too deep. Fate Rewind, he's going to be in a worse spot, but now Hayduck is going to show up. They're going to be under the tower, they don't care. Kubanis is down for the count, and throw these scepters out. Zamalbek on the run,
That's it.
flash forward. They find him with a power gradation and a double strike going the way of Wei Duck.
Oh, 1-9 right now. Kyrgyzstan, how are they going to come back from this one? They have to defend this. They have to defend. Right now, the gap is very, very far. It's almost like Kyrgyzstan, they have to hope for Team Vietnam to make a mistake.
Yeah, and I doesn't look like it. They're starting to hit their groove. Even with, they got the pick off onto Hue Tan, and you're thinking, okay, this is an opening, but it's not, in fact, because Vietnam are so far up, all of the other guys are able to do their serious work in terms of the damage department.
Oh man, I'm trying to look at, okay, what could be the comeback condition here for Kyrgyzstan, right? Okay, maybe try to challenge for the next tyrant or try to at least hold on until the 10-minute mark and then you get the overlord and then you try to make a wave push to come back.
But this is an early to mid-game lineup, and they've been penalized. Now the burst ram, the tremor smash, only connecting onto one, but he's pushed it back. The mid-T3 is looking to go down. Hue Tan is getting a little bit low himself. They find Marlon. Hue Tan is down as well. So at least Kyrgyzstan hold that fort, and the mid-T3 still standing.
Yeah, that's a bit of an overextension there, and that's what Kyrgyzstan is looking for, right? For Team Vietnam to overextend, be overconfident, jump into their base side and try to punish them from there. Imagine if this happens a couple more times. Maybe Kyrgyzstan can make this comeback.
Yeah, but that's unlikely, I would think. Vietnam tend to be a little bit on the slower end. They're looking for their particular moments to go in.
All right, and breaking down the fight earlier on, we can see that Team Vietnam, they were very confident to just go all in, but it could have been a little bit of an overextension there where Hue Tan was punished, and by losing Marlon versus losing Hue Tan is a bigger setback.
Yeah, I don't think this is the proper comp to be really diving towers, right? I think that you want to kind of go slow and steady, use that slow siege, if you will, to kind of chip it away. I mean, it's already at half-life, and now this is a potential moment here.
Oh, speaking of a potential moment, they could jump in anytime soon. They do have the Tremor Smash.
Yeah, if they want to go, but they're going to be backed off. They're going to wait for these minions, and the wave clear is decent from the Kyrgyzstan side.
Just waiting for the moment where the Tremor Smash is activated. And Team Vietnam, they are now slowing down the pace. They're playing this patiently. They really want to hit a 5-man Tremor Smash, it seems.
Yeah, it's not only that, but like Vietnam, you're so far up. It's not even 10 minutes into this game. All you need to do is just slowly stick around. Maybe the minions come in a bit, let Hue Tan melt some of these towers.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. The minions have arrived, and they would take down the middle tower just like that. Azad could be the next target, but Azad somehow still all right.
Yeah, he's going to be back into the fountain, but space created. Azad is at half, you can't fight, and now it looks like they're potentially going for the backside. Namfuang with another amazing tremor smash. Jamalbek has to flash away. He gets onto the back to all the way to the fountain.
Whoa!
No, he gets knifed out. Lingvan goes in for this. They're all the way back into the fountain, and Vietnam have found an opening. They have control, and they're going to take the crystal, and Vietnam, just like that, take it.